Good morning, everyone. This is Mike O'Malley here with the Hurricane Outlook and discussion for November 4th, 2022, current 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a lot to talk about today, including a potential tropical storm that could be forming close to Florida over the next couple of days, so let's go and jump straight into everything. Taking a wide look across the tropical Atlantic this morning, we noticed that we have one tropical system out there with two additional systems that could be forming. We have Tropical Depression Lisa, which is now located in the southern Gulf of Mexico. And then we have two other tropical cyclones that could be forming over the next couple of days, most notably this system closer to Florida now with a medium 40% chance of developing over the next 5 days as this system gradually moves off towards the north-northwest here and could get awfully close to Florida and bring some impacts that we will have to talk about. Firstly, taking a look at Tropical Depression Lisa this morning now in the Bay of Campeche. We notice this is producing a large area of shower and thunderstorm activity, even some deep convection that has been firing from time to time. But overall, the environmental conditions are not that favorable for additional intensification, and shear will be increasing over the next couple of days. This is what is going to prohibit this from significantly organizing, and plus this is going to follow the low-level flow because this is a weaker low-end system. This will follow the low-level flow back into Mexico. We can see on the water vapor satellite imagery how the system is faring right now. We notice all the oranges and those red colors. This indicates that there is some mid-level dry air in the atmosphere, especially to the south of the system. If you look at the bottom of your screen, we can kind of see some of that dry air moving northward and beginning to encroach on our system. And that will become more prevalent as we progress throughout the next day or two. Along with increasing shear, this should shut the door on any intensification for Lisa. Now turning our attention back out to portions of the Southwest Atlantic Basin, we have two other systems that could develop over the next couple of days. That yellow area that you see close to Bermuda, this really is not a concern for development, only 10% chance over the next 5 days. But the system near portions of the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and Florida, this has a medium 40% chance of developing as it nears Florida and the Bahamas. And these will bring sensible impacts to the region that could be substantial. If we actually take a look here at the 850 millibar vorticity, or the spin in the atmosphere at 5,000 feet off the ground, we kind of notice how this evolution plays out. We kind of get a conglomerate mess of systems that could develop according to the GFS, and at least one of these systems pivots around and impacts Florida. Now, even if this is not a hurricane or major hurricane, which is it's very unlikely to be, it still could provide substantial impacts. And one of the reasons why it could produce substantial impacts, if we look at the wind gust forecast off of the GFS, we notice how expansive the wind field of this system could be. And this means a large area of onshore flow, potential beach erosion, flooding, storm surge. We can see just offshore there, 50-mile-per-hour winds there, 37 near Tampa, about 26 north of Charleston, South Carolina, about 28 there near Pensacola. And so this actually could produce the long period of onshore flow, beach erosion. We can see here now moving it forward, 44 offshore of Tampa, 32 near Tampa, 28 near Charleston, South Carolina, 28 down there near Pensacola, and 28 near Miami, Florida. And even though that's not strong, that onshore flow could be a problem. So if we take a look at the rainfall totals that are coming off of the GFS forecast, you'll notice how quickly they actually start adding up as the system crosses Florida, which seems pretty inevitable at this particular point. Just where and how strong we'll have to see. Of course, this is very preliminary, but looking at some of those rainfall totals, we're looking here at the beginning, just about 2.5 inches close to Melbourne, about 4 inches there close to Miami, Florida. And then if we continue to run this forward in time, we notice how those rainfall totals increase, and you're looking at almost 6 inches close to Miami and Cape Coral, about 4 inches close there to Melbourne, and about 2 inches near Tampa. And this could actually be higher. Of course, this is still very preliminary, and it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out, but still could be a problem. So besides just the tropical problems that we could be having, we're also dealing with a very significant severe weather threat today. Looking at the United States overview, we do have an enhanced risk for severe storms, generally from about Houston, Texas, Waco, Texas, through about portions of southeastern Oklahoma, southwestern Arkansas, and northwestern Louisiana, including Shreveport and some of those surrounding and adjacent areas. We do have a team out there that is in Texas today awaiting the initiation of these potential supercell thunderstorms. Of course, we could have some longer tracked, longer lived, maybe even some significant tornadoes, and we will have a live stream going out later this afternoon, right around 2:30, 3 o'clock, covering those storms. So be safe out there, and we'll talk to you more later on that. So with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. Of course, I am Mike O'Malley, and I'll be talking to you guys again some more later today.